Okay. Let's see. So this is back to a quarter-second exposure. Oh no, let me go to 250. Okay, that's quarter-second exposure. Yeah, I'm really liking it a lot. I think I have all of the menus set to defaults. Okay, color balance. I did a white balance earlier. Let's see. Because of the okay, there's a white balance is done. Where's the histogram? I can darken, raise the black a little bit, probably to about 15. This is M22. Oh, you talking about Eddie? You talking to me or you talking to Jeff? Oh, I don't know. I was looking at the picture that Tom Field posted today, and maybe why the colors? Well, of course the moon is coming up. It's only a quarter-second exposure. Let me try going to a half second. Stop the. Oh, and I didn't have stacking going. Okay, so let's go to 500. And I got a little bit of vignetting with that focal reducer in there. Let me raise the black point some more. Now the black point is all the way up to 50. And let me do some average stacking. Who keeps dinging my phone, man? Okay, so what do I have to do? I'm changing the exposure to erase, and that's going to be now 500 millisecond. You can always get rid of the vignetting by, God, Marie, leave me alone. See if I can darken that background a little bit. Of course, the moon is not helping tonight. Color adjustments. Let me raise the gamma. We're about 1.25. And lower the brightness to -10. It's a pretty nice cluster. Vern, it's M22. Look in the top right corner. Yes, I know. No. No, I'm on M22 right now. I may have to put a filter in shortly because, let's see. Well, I'm going to work my way over to the lagoon. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go to...
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
That's going to be half in the tree, I think. I wish that water oak would die. Yeah, I think we're in the tree. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Yeah, right in my neighbor's tree. One tree he wouldn't let me cut down. Hey, Graham, let's see. 180. What can I get that's still going to be? Let me go to Omega, which is higher. So Omega will be above. Okay.
Telescope slewing to target.
Boy, the moon's killing it, folks.
Telescope slew complete.
Hold on a second. I'm going to try putting in an H-Alpha filter. Well, before I do that, I'll try a longer exposure. But I don't think we're going to be able to do much more. Let's go to a second and a half. Yep, say second and a half kills it. One second. The moon's killing. Let me see if I can get an H-Alpha filter in there. Astronomik 12 nanometer. Okay. It'll require a longer exposure for sure. We bump the gain up to 80 will be half gain. Half gain, and that's 5 seconds. Now I got to refocus, huh? Son of a gun. I got to turn it a little bit when I put it back in too. Let me go to a bright star nearby. Gamma scutum, that's not too far away.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Push the gain to max. They put the mask back on. Let's see what happens. Get that mask on. It's really hard to focus with a filter like this on there. Oh God, yeah, that's gonna be rough. Where is the histogram as default? Let me now go back to defaults. Really hard to focus with a mask on. Or with that, I mean, with the 7 nanometer on. Went to grayscale, see if that helps. Let's try focusing there. That was the wrong way. That may be the best I'm going to get. No. Go back to color. And go back to the Omega Nebula.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Let's see if I can rotate this a little. Give it a shorter exposure. Okay, there's the first one in. And let me go back to stacking. And all this time I thought I was recording, but I wasn't, so I just started the recorder again. Too many buttons to push. Okay. So we got For some reason, it still doesn't like using deep sky mode. I'm trying deep sky mode, and it's kind of hanging up on the stacking. Go back to planet. Yes, still LCG. Yeah, I have the gain up assignment at the top. The gain is max, but I'm in low contrast gain. I have the digital bitting set to 2, 30-second exposure. Now I just went back to try to restack. I tried the deep sky just now and it hung up. Of course, it's hung up right now. You can see the. I thought you can't see the timer. It's stuck at 30 seconds and it's not advancing again. Okay, what's going on? Stop. I changed to 25 seconds. Yeah, that's 25 seconds. Still shows hanging up. I'm still set to one processor. So that's 2 in the stack. Yeah, it is looking pretty good. Wish you didn't have to play around with this filter, but let me change that exposure time to no. It's smoothing out nicely now. Just don't zoom into 400%. Let's see how this is coming. See that bright moon over there past Mars. I wonder. Zoom, I'm at 60%. Let's see, I'm going to fit to window. Fit to window gives me 56%. That's 56% zoom, fit to window. It's a nice field of view. You can see all of the extended nebulosity around the eagle. I have a dark applied, but the dark was when I had the exposure set to 5 seconds with the gain at 40, and now I'm at 25 seconds with the gain at 160. So it's not quite the right dark, but I don't want to play with another dark. There's a lot of dark nebulosity showing up. You can see there's little wisps here, and those are pretty neat. So I can zoom in on them. That's 100% zoom right there. But it's still moving here. My hand's sticking to the mouse pad. Yeah, this is, I'm average stacking 5. Let me get my mouse, get the cursor out of the way. You see some of those little dark globules right there above the eagle. One right there stands out pretty nicely. There's a few more just right above the top of the pillar. There's a few more of those little globules. That's really looking nice now. Yeah, the top of the pillar, the bright area. That's 100% zoom again. Am I synced on this? Yeah, I'm synced on the eagle. So, yes, it is, Simon. And when you consider it as a 98% moon, okay. I'll do that. I don't know if I can do that on the fly. If I do it on the fly, then I'll average the black and the colors. Where is it? Okay, come on. Come on. I flipped it to. So if you have colors being averaged with black and white, it's going to take a while. So I may have to stop the. This is a 12 nanometer, Simon. Astronomik H-Alpha 12 nanometer CCD 2-inch. So let me shoot. I'm going to turn it off. Let's get the first gray one in, and we'll start averaging grays. So the first gray is coming up now. Thinks I have to adjust the histogram. Yeah. I moved the histogram down, the white point down to 100. That's what it's all about, Bernie. It's hung up now. Let's see what if it decides to advance to the next one. There it is. Okay. So that's 2 in the stack. It's stacking faster when you're dealing with, I guess, mono versus color. To see if I can get those little globules to show up better. So far, there's 3 in the stack. Let's see, I can maybe be able to raise the black point to 5. Okay, 5. Okay. So slightly raise the black point. We'll see what happens with the next one. The one thing, Bernie, is I have yet to successfully stitch star fields. Bright stuff, the moon and the sun. I did the sun yesterday, a quick test. Sun was not as easy to stitch as the moon. The moon has a lot of high contrast features that are easy to, I guess, for it to align on. The sun didn't have a lot of surface features, so it failed a few times. But when I've tried doing stitching on stars, of course it's been kind of hazy and cloudy, it did not work. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see if I can check. Where do I have? I have the gamma pushed up. Push the gamma up a little bit more. So when you go to filter window, it goes to 56%. That's the full field. No. So where, oh where? Where is Cygnus? It's 200% zoom right now. That's a beautiful target. Okay, let's see. Let's try something else. I don't know what the dumbbell. Simon, I thought it did too. Okay, there's the dumbbell. I don't know what's going to happen with the dumbbell. Okay, so now I'm going to stop the trigger mode. Okay. And go to 5-second video. Oh, I have to stop everything, stacking the whole bit. Stop the stack, stop that. What else do I have to stop? Okay, can I now go to video mode, 5 seconds, and I'm going to hit the histogram to defaults. That's going to be rough to find anything. Let me see if I can find a dumbbell. That's going to be interesting.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Well, I think it's there. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it in mono mode for now. I'm going to go to trigger mode. I left it at 25 seconds. I'm going to start at 150 to 0 to 150 on the histogram. Let's see what happens. Loop. Okay, so now we're looping 25 seconds. We'll do a mono and then we'll do a color. So here's the first 25-second exposure coming up. Okay. Well, my go-to wasn't quite perfect. Okay. Put that off. I'm going to stop the thing, stop the loop, go to trigger mode, and see if I can center it. Change the rate to 12x. I want to get close to being centered and then do a sync. Okay. You go, and now go back to what happened? Am I stacking? Nope. Where was I? Trigger mode. I'm going to go to 30 seconds while I have it down loop. Okay, I'm looping 30 seconds in trigger mode now. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got to re-engage the dark because, no, the dark's still engaged. My 5-second dark. Yes, I'm still in low contrast gain. That I did not change. So here the first 30-second one's coming up. Okay. And now I'm going to do average stack. I'm me change the exposure time to 30 seconds. I want a bigger one than that. Not that big. Okay. Okay. Okay, it still hasn't started the countdown again. That's why I don't like these filters. It just takes forever and a day to get an exposure up. Yeah, it just stacked. It's now it's got the stack going. So I can raise the black to about 10. Okay, we'll see. You're already seeing the extended lobes though. But rocks, little L-shaped 3 stars, that they don't show up because of the filter. So now we've got 2 in the stack. Oh, let me change the title. So now there's 3 in the stack. You zoom into 100. There's 100% right there. Yeah. Last stack, it's smooth now. Oh, I didn't hit a line, so I'm getting a little drift. How far from the moon are we? I can see the moon. You can see the moon through the shutter. Well, I'm going to stop the stacking and I'm going to go to color. Oh, oh. Color. Oh, bring the white point down to about 75.
Telescope synced.
Oh, good night, Jeff. Glad you could stop by. If I need some help doing what I'm going to try to do, I will definitely give you a call. Well, that was definitely. I gotta raise the white point. I pulled the white point down a little bit too low, I guess. I just raised the white point back, so it's going to take a few averages to clean that up. I'm going to unclick the stack, and I'm going to start enable the stack over again. Right now I'm at 25 to 100 on the histogram. I'm waiting for the next refresh. You can definitely see the right extended lobe a lot better in the color version than in the monochrome. Yeah, Bernie, the lobe going off to the 3 o'clock side is much more prominent in the color version. So let me tweak the white, lower the white to about 90 and see what that does. You can easily see it extending. And even on the, God, my hand is sticking to the mouse because of all the moisture. Stop! My mouse stuck. Oh God, erase. Man. Man. Everything is moisture. What's the humidity tonight? It just feels 77% humidity here in the observatory. Now my mouse is acting up. Epic Pen will not give me my cursor back. Man. I just raised the white back up to 95. Let's see what happens. Yes, I am. My mouse pad and is sticky, and my hand was sticking to the mouse, and it would not. Epic Pen would not release the cursor back to me. The joy of living in the deep south. Oh Lord. I think my mouse probably needs a new battery, is what I think. Let me go find a battery. Oh, this is continuing the average. Okay. Yep. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's see if it's the mouse is the issue. Put a new mouse in. Hopefully that did it. Okay. Well, let's try something else. Where is 60, the Crescent Nebula? That's going to be over here in Cygnus.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Okay, that moved it a little bit away from the moon. Let's see. Stop that. Let's see what happens. See if we got the crescent. Do the crescent first, and then depending on how it looks. Okay. What is causing all of those? I'm getting reflections off of something. Yeah, I'm getting reflections off this side of the shutter. Okay. For some reason, they made the shutter the sides of the shutter white plastic. Let's see what happens with the next exposure. Okay, let's try averaging now. Good luck tomorrow, David. Enjoy the new view. Okay. So let me zoom out to full. Fit to window. There it is. Okay, there's the crescent. Fit to window. Let me lower the white to about 80. Okay. And I'm going to start aligning. Man, I forgot to make my cup of coffee. Oh, Lord.
Telescope synced.
Okay. It's not bad looking. Let me put the title of what we're looking up. NGC 6888. Yeah, it's got sure, Bernie, what the heck? So this is average stack of about 5. So I'm going to stop the stacking. And you wanted to try an additive stack of 2. That'll be interesting. No, I'm going to go to full right now. Here, zoom, fit to window. That's fit to window. I'm starting to see some little blue pixels showing up in there. And the 5-second dark is not quite matching the 30-second light. That was additive? Fit to window. Or would you like to try a longer exposure averaged? There's a little bit more detail. Oh, that's fine. That's 2 added. There's a little bit. There's a little bit more detail in the center. There's some more of the nebulosity showing up up in this area here that wasn't there before. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop and I'm going to go to stop the trigger mode. And I'm going to go to, say, 45 seconds and loop. So I'm going to try a 45-second loop. Okay. So it's building the first 45-second exposure now. I did. I killed the stack. So the first 45-second exposure should be coming up shortly. Okay, that's 45. And now I'm going to start. Oh, wait, stop. Nope. I want to go to average enable. Okay. And raise the black a little. Okay. Still waiting for the output to increase. Input 1, output 0. I don't know why it's taking so long tonight to advance. There it is. Oh, did we get a cloud drift by? I'm going to stick my nose outside. It almost looks like a cloud went by. Good night, Graham. Yeah, killed the stack. Yeah, something went by. It's not hitting the dome shutter. That's clear. Obviously, something drifted by. No, it's not the shutter. I just checked. I'm still aimed right in the center of the shutter opening. And I put the little screws into the universe focal reducer, so it's not light getting into the camera through those little 3 holes in the focal reducer. Made that mistake the other night. Good night, Ed. Whoa. Oh. raise the white point. I was clipping in the white. Let me go up to about 110 on the white and see what happens. Yeah, the histogram had shifted over and I was clipping the white point. Let's see what happens with the next one. It was funny. I had shut everything down the other night. And I had the camera running and I had the cap on the scope. And I look at the monitor and there's this half of the screen's got this eerie glow. And I was trying to figure out what was causing it. And I threw a black cloth over the... Wow, I'm still getting that glow. Let's see what happens with the next one. That's crazy. I would have thought that the threads for the T to 2-inch adapter would have, but I guess enough of the thread hole was open that light got in. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting so much light now. I just moved the shutter to make sure. Let's see what the next exposure does. Right now I'm 20 to 120 on the histogram. Ah, okay, now it's going. Okay. So now let's do average stack. That looks better. Well, normally I would have had the focal reducer screwed directly on the camera and slid it right into the 2-inch focuser draw tube, and then the screw holes would have been inside the draw tube and not been a problem. But last night I decided to screw the universe focal reducer onto the camera and then screw the T to 2-inch adapter to the focal reducer. That's where it left the three screw holes out of the draw tube and light could get in. It took me a little bit of time to find that. Like I said, I covered the end of the scope with a black cloth, didn't change, covered the whole back end of the scope with the focuser, and everything went dark. So then I just slowly pulled the black cloth down until it revealed the camera, and that's when the light showed up. And waiting for the second one to add to the stack. Okay, it says that there's one output now. That's 100% zoom right there. Really should take a better dark, but maybe next time. So now I have what? Input 3, output 2. But yeah, it's looking quite nice now. I'm going to go fit to window. There it is. Okay. I'm at 3 in, 2 out. I was going to have it average up to 7. I don't know if I'm going to wait that long before going on to the next target. So now you got 4 in, 3 out. Next average stack, 4 in, 3 out. If I went to HCG, I could go at a lot shorter exposure or a lot lower gain. So which part of the veil did you want, east or west? When I scroll over it in Sky Tools, it doesn't say Eastern Veil. That's the, okay. For some reason it doesn't give me the number when I scroll over it in Sky Tools, but it's not that far away. So let's stop the stacking. And I'm scrolling over the Eastern Veil. And slew to and
Telescope slewing to target.
Okay. Rotate the dome some more.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. So the stacking is stopped. Let's go back to hit the window. 16 seconds. 25 seconds to the next. We're still at 45-second exposure. So let's see what happens. Okay, 32. Should be coming up shortly. Oh, there it is. You've seen all kinds of wispy detail in there. Started the stacking process. I wonder if I should increase the sharpness. Right now the sharpness is only at 100%. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I don't want to make it too noisy. Okay. And fit to window. There it is. Okay. So I don't have the curved part on the right end. That's out the field of view. What we're on right now is we are on 6992. So it's like a degree long and about a tenth of a degree wide. Now you have 2 in the stack. 2 in, 1 out. little wispy detail right there. It's nice when I can do this when we don't have to use this filter and we can see it in nicer colors than red. Yeah, there's 3 in, 2 out now. Yes, 45 seconds. Nope, I would change to negative. That was a bad idea. Let me go back to positive. I could actually raise the black a little bit. Try to about 35 or 40. Yeah, 40 to 120. Let's see what happens. I may have to restart the stack. Let's see. If it doesn't clear up with the next one, I'll have to restart the stack. Yep, let's just turn off the stack. And start a new stack. Yeah, I was going to change it to negative, but you can't change it to the inverse view in the middle of a stack. Oh, God. Change the title. Change the title. What is this? Okay, it should be ready for the next. Okay. I like this part of the veil, but I'll prefer the part, the western veil with 52 Cygni in it. Oh, time for a new image. Definitely hanging up tonight. There it is. Oh. Yeah, raise the black to 40 and the whites at 120. With 2 in, 1 out. Yeah, it's starting to look really nice. You have 3 in, 2 out. Okay, 4 in, 3 out.
Operation completed.
I'm just looking at a DSS image I had imported into Sky Tools. Yeah, I like this structure right up in this area is really standing out nicely. Oh, it's a little wispy detail through up in here. You know. Cool. Oh, glad you stopped by, Simon. How you doing, John? Glad you dropped by. Oh, so that's that end of it. So I'm synced right about here. I'm going to change positions on this veil and move down to the bottom part of the eastern veil.
Telescope slewing to target.
Not going to be far.
Telescope slew complete.
I basically moved the whole picture up and out the top left, and hopefully I'll get the bottom part of the veil coming in from the right. You get 15 seconds till the next exposure. If I caught it right, maybe I could stitch them. That's the faint part. Glad you could stop by, Bernie. I know how our pets can be. Okay, this is the very bottom of the eastern veil. I don't know how, let me see what it looks like with a DSS image. Get DSS image, maybe I'll get a 45 arc second view.
Operation completed. Operation completed.
Yeah, that's some faint wispy nebulosity at the bottom. I think I'm going to move over to the western veil now. Actually, well, it's starting to pop out. Well, let's see what the part I'm looking at. Okay, right there, okay, there. That's a big object. And right now we have a 2 input, 1 output. John, David, and guests, I'm going to run to the house and get something to drink. I'll be right back. Just hang on. Won't take me long. And I'm going to let this build while I'm going. Be right back. I'm back. Okay. John, David, and Guess, I'm back. I had to walk back to the house because my golf cart wouldn't start. Okay, let's move on to something else. Like the other part of the video. '52 Signal. Right there.
Telescope slew into target.
Okay.
Telescope slew complete.
Stop the stack. That. Let's wait for the next exposure. Okay, 10 seconds. Boy, that doesn't look very good. Has the sky changed since I walked in? Let me go look outside. Yeah, I think it's gotten hazier, folks. Well, guys, gals, I think I'm going to call it quits because if the haze is moving in, it's not getting any better out there. We might have had some more of that smoke return from the fires out west. But thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to pull the plug for tonight.